The Loecken family mission is first to love God with all of our heart, soul, mind, and strength, and then to love each other by doing acts of random kindness, in our own family first, and then for others. Created October 25, 2008, Portland, Oregon. Preface. This is a book that describes our journey of passion, faith, and taking action to serve others. It is a story of self-discovery from how one big decision ultimately led us to finding hope, fulfillment, and our true purpose and meaning in life. The many adventures we've shared not only brought us closer to God, they also connected us as a family in ways we could not have imagined before we set out and hit the road. As you read, you'll also see that we've summed up 10 essential challenges that each of us must face as we seek to discover ways to put our passion to action. We encourage you to take the P2A challenges to heart and explore their possibilities for your own life. Throughout the text, you will see that we've divided our story into 3 different voices: Beth, Jay, and our collective words. We've indicated who is writing at the top of each section, so you will be able to follow. Where there is no identification, it is our collective voice. We do not hold the pen to write our faith story. God is the author of that. It is only when we give up control and allow Him full access to our lives that He can do His best work. As we have given Him the little we have, our 5 loaves and 2 fish, He has the power to multiply it and do so much more than we ever imagined. This is our story and how we came to understand the power of God and the great strength in faith.
Chapter 1, There Had to Be More. December 2006, Atlanta, Georgia. Something unsettling had been stirring in our hearts for a very long time. We both knew we wanted, make that needed, something more out of life than what we had already achieved. By all definitions, we were living the good life, privileged and full of prosperity. Jay's business as a mortgage broker had afforded us a very comfortable lifestyle. We owned a 4,500 square foot house in Alpharetta, Georgia. That was our dream home. Right down to the perfect and beautifully landscaped backyard we had just finished putting the final touches on. Although we weren't wealthy, we were quite comfortable. We were actively involved in our church, had a great family life, and were living a pretty good existence. Our 4 children didn't have to wear secondhand clothes. We were able to take the entire family to the movies and out to dinner whenever we wanted to, without thinking about the cost. We pretty much had the ability to have whatever we wanted at the drop of a hat. Along with our home, we owned 2 cars, a motorcycle, and were close to purchasing a new boat and convertible BMW. For years, we gave ourselves almost every luxury a family like ours could hope for. Our lifestyle had become what you might think of as ideal, the American dream personified. Yet with all of the success we had achieved, and although we were generally happy, we were not feeling fulfilled. There was a void in us, an emptiness that living only for oneself brings. We weren't comfortable living caught up in what other people thought of us. While Jay was making loads of money, we trusted in our finances instead of God. If or when we had a need, it was taken care of without a thought. We were living the dream, right? The only problem was that we no longer needed to depend on God. It was easy to stop trusting in Him for provision and relying on Him for our needs. Our relationship with Jesus became less desperate and at times stagnant. 4 years of living the dream, and still we couldn't shake an ever-present feeling that kept tugging at Jay and me. Simply said, we knew there had to be more, but we had absolutely no idea what it was we were looking for. There was a void, a longing, an empty place deep inside us that seemed to quietly whisper that our lives were missing something.